My favorite fact to share is that Oklahoma has one of the highest amounts of lesbian bars.
I've never felt so safe in my life and like protected by a community.
Just to be you and not feel like there are any repercussions because you're being who you want to be and who you are.
I feel like Oklahoma politics is very disappointing and discouraging at this time, but I feel like this is the time we should all rally together and stand up and fight back.
I think more people are forcing their way into visibility. They're like, there's nothing wrong with me. I want to be loud. And I feel like we're just like at this cusp of like blowing up in the best way.
We are on our way to Alibi's for Dyke Night. Gonna go play some pool, hang out with friends, and have a good time.
Oklahoma City has changed so much in the last few years. We're basically Texas's little sister who is trying to like get away from the family. I think the queer community has changed in the city because there's been more exposure. We are way more open now. I think that Oklahoma's headed to a good place, especially with all the transplants from other states that are coming in. If you've never come to Alibi's and you're walking in for the first time,
Hey, hi!
I would hope you're walking into somebody's living room or somebody's like home and it's warm and it's chaotic and kind of intense.
Oh my gosh.
But in all the right and wrong ways at one time.
Whether or not you came for my birthday, I'm glad you're here.
I felt more love and support from this community than I ever truly felt with my family. And I think that that's why it became so important to me. And I wanted everybody else to see it the way that I saw it, because a lot of people I see don't have family.
I wouldn't be who I am without Alibi's giving us this safe space to be exactly who we are. So this is what I did today. Over my heart, I got Jefferson Park tattooed. That's my neighborhood. And I got Alibi's right next to it. Alibi's and I are in it for eternity.
It was the first lesbian bar I ever went to, and I'll never forget going the first time and walking in and seeing like butches at the bars making drinks and butch and femme couples, different lesbians of all types, all around. And I felt so immediately like at peace and like I could show up exactly as I was. And that was so special for me. I'm from North Texas, and then I moved here when I was 18. I went to college at OU. I went to college very Christian. I had kind of doubled down on the Christianity thing in hopes that it would get rid of the gay thing. It did not, but I tried for a while, and I decided to stay in Oklahoma because honestly, it just kind of felt like my only option at the time.
So handsome.
I was really nervous as to how my family was going to respond to me coming out. But I came out, I moved to the city, and it was kind of like all of that was just dead and gone, and I didn't look back.
My name's Tracy Harris. This is my wife, Ann Harris. We both own Frankie's. Me and my friends started coming up probably when I was 19 because I was a slow bloomer. And then the bars that were there then, most of them aren't here now. But it was super exciting at the time to find a place where there were other lesbians. It was awesome. It was a pretty dangerous time, kind of like it's getting again. All the bars on the strip, which is where most of the bars were, have parking lots in the back because it was just way too dangerous to park on the street. Not just because you could get mugged or hurt or killed, but somebody could just see you and tell on you.
There are lots of bars that are accepting, even straight bars or a regular bar that has a drag show, but the patrons that go in that establishment may not be as supportive of our community, so, and most of the time aren't. So we need more safe spaces. We're a very red state. They just passed the trans law that's devastating. It's the state that we live in. It's where we are.
I want The Secret to be the spot. I want everyone to be known that they are loved, and we do notice you. We do notice your presence. We want them to feel welcome, more like home. The Secret opened April 28th, 2023. The lesbian bars were shutting down. That's another motivation. I always want to face the odds. I want to be a trailblazer. And I think that's where I'm always at, is, you know, being a minority. It made me like, when someone says no, it's like there is a yes. You know, there is an opportunity for me, for us, you know, to open a lesbian bar.
We are headed this morning to Elemental Coffee Shop, one of the queer-owned businesses we have in the city. My friendship group right now is like 99% queer. That was not the case years ago, so I am very grateful for that. Obviously, Oklahoma is a very red state. Something I always find disheartening is when people from more like liberal states will write off red states or be like, we don't need them. And it just like completely neglects to acknowledge the people who have been here for so long, putting in the work. I think the Oklahoma City queer community is incredibly resilient. I think that resilience is, in a lot of situations, born from just the really difficult things we have experienced. Being queer in the South and in Oklahoma in particular, we've seen some things and we've been through some things, and we know how hard it can be being queer here. And so I think that like there is this nature of just welcoming queer people with open arms, and I think that's really special, and that's why I stayed.
If a stranger comes in, they're not a stranger for very long.